Hey everyone, it is James over here at thedigitalmediazone.com. After a few weeks of being over here in Romania and having some time to actually listen to a lot of music with my Beats Pro, I've decided to do a write-up here and of course a video review. I push back here, it's my little tiny desk here. There's my snowball that I'm recording the movie podcast with. Of course my laptop and of course my Beats by Dre Professionals here. So let's first talk about, you can see my unboxing video early I posted in here that was just kind of only on YouTube, and I think I tweeted it out. But first off here, you have this nice little pouch that they give you, and I actually use it quite a bit. It's kind of like a leather-ish material, I guess, and it fits the headphones relatively nice. It has a little ripcord, zip cord here that you can tighten up, but it fits almost everything you want. So you take the, of course, Beats by Dre out, and then of course I always throw the cord in the bottom. So put this off to the side. Now let's first talk about this cord here. The audio cord that they give you is extremely thick. I mean, it's relatively nice. At the very end here, the part that you would plug into your computer or your music player, it has a springy part to it, i.e. like a telephone cord. And I'm not really sure why. It's actually a really, really long cord. So it's my sweet television here that I don't watch. But, it's about high without it. It's, it's about 5-6 feet. So I guess it's probably... it's relatively big. Okay, so you get plenty of cord with it, but it's very thick. It's very high quality, and I haven't really found a need. Usually I plug it in, and then it just kind of sits like right there. So the springy part, some people have said they really liked it. Whatever. Another thing here to note that this is just your typical headphone jack, but it does come with a 1/4 inch adapter, so if you are going to plug this into a soundboard or something like that, or into a mixer, it actually has the adapter and just kind of screws on, which is really nice. So it doesn't actually just kind of like poke in. You can actually see, if you can see up close here, I don't know if it focuses very well, but you just screw it in. I didn't bring that to Romania with me because I don't have anything to plug it into. But let's talk about the Beats here. So first off, as you can see, they're kind of tucked away. I'm going to attempt to swivel this. It's going to be a horrible video. It's just me. But granted, you can actually go ahead and see the swivel here. So these are on a hinge. It's very nice aluminum, I think here, and it's on this swivel, so you can actually swivel it. Why is this nice? Well, it makes it nice to store. But if you're putting it on your head, you can actually swivel one of them up. These are actually, these are really DJ headphones. I'm not a DJ per se, but I listen to a lot of music, and a lot that's usually very bass intense. So that's really why I really went by the Beats by Dre. So it is kind of nice if you're just kind of sitting back and you still want to pay attention to what's actually going out in the world. You can flip one up. And then you can have listening to one, and then put this there. These do pop off, these little. So I fully put these off. You can see if they're left or right. There's a little R and a little L on both sides on the inside, and these do retract here, so you can push them in so to fit onto your head. I go ahead and push these down if these work. It's really hard filming this with one hand. I didn't actually think it would be this hard, but you can kind of push them in, pull them out to fit your head, and as you can see here, they're nice. They're noise canceling. They're very squishy. It's kind of nice, made of that kind of like leather material. If it is leather, 100%, I'm not 100% sure, but these are really, really squishy, which is nice. And they, my ear fits completely, fully inside of it. This is white. They do have a black version as well. When I actually bought these, the blacks were a little bit more expensive, and I actually like the design of the white quite a bit. So the nice thing here is on the old Beats Studios, if you had those, there was actually a button on here to enable or disable the noise canceling. The nice thing here is that the noise canceling I don't really know exactly how it works in these, but it doesn't take batteries, it doesn't do anything. I don't know if it's just the encapsulation around your ears, but I'm going to plug these in and you'll hear them, but when I put them on my head, you're not going to hear anything. It's kind of crazy, and I can't hear anything when anything's going on. So sometimes it's nice to flip one of those up if you're listening to stuff. So here's something interesting too. Here you have 2 inputs. So you saw here that this is just your normal headphone jack, but if you can see, where is it? There. See the little arrow right there? There's actually a little arrow that's on the inside of these as well. So what you do is you match up the arrows and you decide what you want to put it on. So I usually wear these on my left because the headphone jack is on the left. So here's the nice thing is I'll just go ahead and line up the arrows, pop it in. Then what you do is you give this a little twist. Now what the little twist does is now if you pull on it, it's locked in. That's super nice. So a lot of headphones, well, they're already built in, so you can't actually detach it, but that lock in so it is very nice, so you never lose it. Now another interesting thing here as well is that now that I've plugged into this, you may be asking why is there 2? Obviously, yeah, I can plug it into either, but this is cool too. So once I plug the cable into this automatically becomes an out. So the headphones work like a Y splitter that you would normally buy, and I actually haven't tested that too much, but from what I'm reading online is it's like the best Y splitter you can ever buy. And so, it's built into the headphones, so you can actually dolly chain these Beats by Dre Pros. But of course, you don't need Beats by Dre. You can just plug in iPod jacks into here. This is a nice feature. I think if you're on a plane or something like that, that's nice. Or if you're DJing, right here, plug in your headphones and boom, you're good to go. So sound quality. The sound quality of these things are phenomenal. I've had a few sets of Sennheisers, nothing really over like $100. These were about $350 overall. I'll talk about value at the end here. But I mean, I'm telling you, the bass is superb. The highs. I've listened to a lot of different music with this, from rap to alternative to anything. You know what I mean? Techno. I mean, it's just superb. Everyone that has put these on their head is just fell in love with them. Not that they're going to buy them necessarily because they're quite expensive, but they just absolutely love them. And I want to touch on, I've also listened to music, but I've also been listening to podcasts, and I think it just sounds great, even just listening to like the movie podcast or anything. But something that I really, really like about these is listening to movies. Because I'm away, I don't have my television, I don't have anything. I'm watching a lot of the movies and stuff right on my laptop, and I plug these in, and it's a whole different experience. I mean, it just sounds so much better. It's like having a surround sound almost in your head, on your headphones. So I will say overall, I mean, I just love the sound. They are really superb. And they're the best headphones I've ever heard. I've listened to a lot of high-end Bose and Sonys, and I think these kind of blow it away. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Monster. This is the only Monster product I own. But let me tell you that they're just absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to show you kind of the noise canceling here. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and plug this in here. So I'll just kind of play some stuff like I obviously listen to everything inside of Zune. I think it's really good. I like on my Zune because it has some nice equalizers that you can set, and I think that actually helps improve. So we'll go from like normally what I listen to here, but that's coming out of the speakers obviously, so I'm going to go ahead and just plug these in. So now here, if I just put these on my head, you're going to hear these, right? So these are my left, so I'm going to go through. So now these are actually just kind of sitting down here, right? I'm just kind of kicking it. But you can hear them. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of now I'm going to set this down for a second. You guys can look at my Sidewinder here. Or whatever. I'm going to put these. Let me see if this will work. Actually, I'm just going to set it down. So I'll see you guys in a second. So I'm probably going to kind of be loud, but now they're on my head completely. I'm going to assume that you guys can't really hear anything, but rest assured it is. Hi, I'm going to go. So normally it's about out loud again, so now it's off my ears. And then I'll put them back on. So I hope, I'm going to rewatch this, hopefully that actually worked pretty well. But from what I've seen, you just can't hear them while they're on my head, and it's really phenomenal. And so one last thing I'll touch up on in this kind, and you can read about it, is I'll talk about, the big thing with headphones is how comfortable are they when you have them on for hours upon hours. So I'm at work 8, 9, 10, 11 hours. I'm on the plane. I wore these basically the entire flight from Chicago to Munich, and I actually fell asleep with them on one time. And to be honest, I move them around a little bit. Sometimes the top up here, it is rather squishy, but sometimes I move it around to just not keep it in the same spot. But besides that, they're actually really, really comfortable. I think they're more comfortable than the Sennheisers that I had before. And they're really nicely designed. I mean, they really, when people see them, they really are kind of stand out. I will say that I kind of feel like kind of an asshole a little bit when I wear them around the airport or whatever, just because they are so big. And I mean, it's got the big Beats by Dre on it, so people kind of are like, look at this jerk. But besides that, I absolutely love them. I highly recommend them. If you can find them for a pretty good price, I've seen them as low as I think $340. I always say recommend. They'll talk about buying them from an official website. I just bought mine from Amazon. Of course, I got them in 2 days with Prime. So overall, there you go, the Beats by Dre. Check out the official written up review, but this is your little video review, and I hope this gives a good little context of what the Beats by Dre are all about. And we'll see you soon.